Hi there and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the brand new staff model utility from Wilson to take a look at. But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, see loads more content from all of us here at Golfshake to help you play more and play better. Right, let's take a look at this. So the new staff model utility from Wilson features RB technology. Now these are ribs inside the head of this iron to help maintain the structure so that we get loads more ball speed and also a bit more forgiveness in this head as well. Many of you will have the previous model of the staff model utility, which was extremely popular and very, very popular here as well when I've been doing custom fittings, and kind of bridges that gap between your longest iron and your next fairway wood. So whether that's a 5 wood or 7 wood or whatever you have. I've got one of the previous models here as well, so you can see there's subtle differences in the aesthetics really. So I just think this one looks a bit more premium and a bit cleaner. You can see in terms of the sole width, it's pretty similar, although this one's ever so slightly smaller, and we've got rid of that weight that's in the sole of the previous model too. So when designing this new head, Wilson have taken feedback from some of their tour staff, the likes of Padraig Harrington, Kevin Kisner, to name a few, in designing this new shape. So I think it looks a little bit less offset when you sit it behind the ball, and I also think you can see less of the sort of back of the golf club there as well, which I think for a better player wanting to kind of control that flight and almost flight the ball down, that kind of looks a little bit nicer behind the golf ball as well. So we've still got the same lofts available in 18, 21 like the one I've got here, and 24, so almost like a 2, 3 and 4 iron replacement. In terms of the technology, the C300 face that Wilson have engineered in this is a type of steel that is not only very strong but also quite flexible, so we'd expect decent ball speed out of this as well, and it's going to retail around the £220 mark. So what we're going to do today, we're going to hit some in the performance center here. I'm going to hit some with this, I'm going to hit some with the previous model, which is also 21, and I'm also going to hit some with my current 3 iron, my trusty Nike one that I've had for a long time, which is 20 degrees. So they're pretty similar. We're going to get some numbers here on the Trackman, then we're going to get out on the golf course here at Howley Hall, put them through their paces and put them to the test and tell you exactly what we think. So we're now out on the golf course here at Howley with the new staff model utility. We're on the 11th tee, about 400 yard par 4 here. We're going to use it as our tee shot, hopefully get it down the fairway there. But initial thoughts, so sitting it behind the golf ball, I think it looks really good. It's definitely an improvement in terms of the looks on the previous model. You can definitely see less of the back of the golf club there when it's sat in the playing position. And having a look at all the technology, I'd expect the sound to be slightly less hollow, if you like. Obviously, it is a hollow construction, and it's difficult to make these golf clubs sound solid, but the type of player that this is aimed at will definitely want that kind of solid feedback when hitting an iron. So let's hit a few, see what it feels like when we're hitting it down here. It felt very good off the face, really nice high flight, pretty straight there, just down the right side. Bang on in line with the flag really, so should leave us a nice shot into the green, but certainly felt very, very powerful off the face. A little bit higher flight than I would be used to with my 3 iron. I'm going to hit one with that in a second, just so you can kind of see there the sort of difference in the flight. But certainly very, very good, and 1 out of 1 fairway, so that's got to be good. So we'll hit one now with my trusty Nike 3 iron. Like I say, I would normally hit this expecting the flight to be quite low, so I'd expect that here as well. So let's hit it down there and see exactly where it finishes compared to the staff model. Yeah, definitely lower flight, a bit more powerful trajectory, but that's literally bang in the middle of the fairway, so pretty happy with that. Both of them down there on the fairway. Let's go and see where they finished up. So after our tee shot with the staff model utility, you can see we finished up here right hand side of the fairway. Pretty good look at the flag there. Like I say, it was a 400 yard hole. I've got just less than 170, so it's about 230ish. We've hit it off the tee there, which is kind of what you'd expect really from a 3 iron. Let's see if we can knock it on the green from here. That's pretty good. Go on, get back there. Well, that'd be pretty good. Yeah, I don't hit many like that, but yeah, so I've just hit 8 iron to what looks like about 8 foot, so that would be pretty good. But we can see just over the other side of the fairway there, the Nike one came out a little bit lower, bit more runny sort of flight, and has obviously got probably another 7 or 8 yards, so not really too much in it. It's obviously fairly sort of damp here, as you can see. There's a bit of rain around and rain in the air, so it's not running miles here at the moment, but yeah, I'd be pretty delighted with both of them. So that one I hit with from the Staff Model Utility drive, so that 170 odd shot, 8 iron. I said 8 foot, it's a bit closer than that, just over putter length really, so yeah, pretty good one for me, that. So the next hole here at Howley is 375 back into the wind here on number 12. So we've got a bit of a pond down the left-hand side there that I can definitely reach with this. So I'm just going to try and hit almost like a 3/4 one, just try and keep it in play, see if we can sort of control that flight a little bit, because this is exactly the sort of club that we're going to be kind of trying to almost manipulate a little bit. You're going to hit some low ones, high ones, cutty ones and things like that when we're playing out on the golf course. So we'll see if we can hit that little bit of a lower flight, poke it out there, hopefully about 200, 210 into the wind, and hopefully make another birdie. I mean, that's literally ideal. Just moved about 2 or 3 yards left to right off the lake. So we're on the 13th tee here at Howley, a par 5, and we are going to really put this Staff Model Utility to the test now. So you wouldn't generally hit this on the tee of a par 5, particularly one that's pretty straight like this. It's normally driver all day long, but we're going to hit a few off here and see exactly where we end up. Get down. No, they missed it. The first one, a little bit down the left, wasn't a great shot. Let's see if we can hit the fairway with this one. Oh, much better shot. Very high, but straight down the centre of the fairway. Yeah, that should leave us in good shape. So the other thing to note as well, during this sort of review and test, we've been using the Staff Model X golf ball as well, which if you haven't tried it before, we have reviewed the Staff Model ball and all the golf balls from Wilson actually, so you can check that out on the channel. But the Staff Model golf ball is obviously their premium level golf ball. Any of you that currently use any of the industry leaders, so the likes of Callaway, TaylorMade, or Titleist, whichever one you tend to use, give Wilson a try. They are a fantastic golf ball. We went to the launch earlier last year and used them around Birkdale. Fantastic golf ball in the wind as well, and you'd be very hard pushed to tell the difference between that and any of the premium ones out there on the market, and they're a little bit cheaper. So just to prove to you that we do hit extremely terrible shots a lot of the time, this is one. It's probably gone about 180 off the tee. That's absolutely horrible. And has left ourselves a very tough shot now into this par 5, but not one to shirk a challenge. We're going to try and hit one, see if we can get it somewhere up there towards the green. So the 15th here at Howley, very long par 4, and it's definitely not a hole that you would generally be hitting a driving iron off, but we like a challenge. As I've said, it's probably even tougher to make par here than it would be at the par 5 really, so we'll hit one just down that right hand side hopefully and see how it goes. Just hit a nice normal flight down there. Yeah, pretty good. Sounded good off the face, didn't it? Really nice and powerful. Yeah, it's a good shot, just short of the bunkers, really good position. And yeah, hopefully we can make a par from there. So we're in a good position here, staring straight down the hole now. Obviously we want to be able to hit this off the ground as well as off the tee, so let's see how it goes. See if we can hit one down that right hand side of the fairway. Yeah, good strike. A little left of where I wanted it, but yeah, pretty nice flight. Very easy to hit off the ground as well. Really launches the ball quite easily, to be honest. You don't really need to try and do that too much. I just think this is a step up from last year's, just purely for the looks and kind of the feel. It's definitely more solid, it's easier to get in the air, and certainly the performance seems just that tiny bit better. So now we've had a chance to hit quite a few out here, let's pop back inside and have a look at the Trackman data that we collected a little bit earlier. So now that we've come in from the golf course, let's check out the numbers that we got on the Trackman earlier and see if it kind of backs up what we saw out there. Well, we can start at the bottom. I've got my Nike 3-iron there. We can see in terms of the sort of height I'm getting with that, it's quite a bit lower than what I'm getting with both of the Staff Model options, which I'd expect, to be honest. It's a little bit lower loft, the head's a bit more compact, the shaft is a little bit heavier that I've got in there as well. So everything about that is built for me, and what I want that club to do is go as low as possible, because it's a kind of alternative that I would hit off the tee, maybe in windy conditions, and maybe if I'm playing a linksy type of golf course as well. So I want it to stay pretty low and run a long way. Whereas the staff model utilities are kind of aimed to maybe get the ball that little bit higher, so more of that hybrid kind of trajectory and height. And we can see with those, so with the original staff model utility, 108 feet it's peaking at, and the brand new model 102. So they're both quite a bit higher than mine. Now, because of that, we're getting a little bit more spin with them as well. And in terms of the carry distance, they're all pretty similar. So within a few yards, the Nike ones just edged it with a couple of yards, and total distance is a little bit longer, but it's not necessarily about distance this. It's kind of hitting the shot that you want to go a certain yardage. When we're replacing either fairway woods or bridging that gap between irons and fairway woods, we're looking really to hit it to a number. All in all, I think the new one kind of edges it just purely because of it looks a little bit nicer. I think it'll appeal a little bit more to the sort of better player as well, who likes that more compact look behind the golf ball, and something that is more like a driving iron kind of golf club as well. But certainly very good to get them out on the course, very good to see the differences in the flights we were getting, and also the performance. Hopefully you've enjoyed that video. I've loved testing those. It's great to try these utility irons, because they're often overlooked by many people who do reviews as well, to be honest. So hopefully that's given you a bit more information about the new Wilson staff model utility. And as always, go out and get fitted. Make sure you get the right one for you. There's lots of different shaft options. Obviously the hazardous is the one that comes in it as the stock option, but there are plenty out there to choose from. Hopefully you've enjoyed that, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Keep watching all of our content to help you play more and play better.